right, daily accountability, day number 4. I mean, this is the third video, but it's supposed to be 4. But as you can see, I had one good day, right? You can see the part of existence here, right? And what that means is that sometimes you have an awesome day, then you have something that doesn't go as planned, or it doesn't go really nicely as the way you want it to, right? Then you have a nice day, and it's just a cycle that repeats over and over. So it's good to be aware of that, right? If you're doing stuff and you're noticing that you have this streak where you killing it, and then you have a season where, like, it could be a day, right? You could have a day where you're killing it, the next day you don't kill it, next day you kill it, next day you don't kill it. That is called a pattern of existence, and that's where basically your best self dominates, and then your unconscious, we can call it, right? That part of yourself that wants to be lazy, that doesn't want to do the work, takes over, and you don't do the work, right? So yeah, that's what happened to me. That's why I didn't record a video the other day. But that being said, here is the progress, right? So as you saw right here, the intention that I have for this one right here was to prepare, right, the ads, so we can start prepare the ads, right, finish them and stuff, then designing the lead magnet, do the final touches to the BSL, and write the booking emails, right? As you saw, this day was not the best, right here you can just clearly say I'm gonna go over why. But yeah, the daily intention for today though, it was to finish the ads, to prepare the recording, finish this and the lead magnet, and do the final touches to the BSL, and write the booking emails. And I'm gonna be honest, today the whole day was really productive. The only thing that happened today was that all day I was just scripting ads, right? So I was scripting the video advertisement, the headlines, the copy, the hooks, the different hooks I'm gonna test, the different bodies I'm gonna test, right? I was just doing that. Did a total of 12 ads. Took me all day. So that was unprepared, right? So I thought it was gonna be quicker. Sometimes the task is longer, but I wanted to make sure that the ads were done out. I wanted to make sure that I was using the right tactic, the right persuasion, and that type of stuff, right? So basically for tomorrow, what I have is just I just moved down the BSL emails, so I will write those for sure tomorrow. The BSL emails are gonna be written down. Then finish designing the lead magnet design, which the lead magnet is finished, right? So we already have it. It's already valuable, packed with value, ready to launch. But the design is not the best, right? So, I mean, my iPhone is pretty fucked up, but Steve Jobs said it, right? Like, the design, the packaging, right? He was so obsessed with the packaging of his products, because people do judge a book by its cover. So I just want to make sure that the design is looking nicely, right? It's just 2x work, and what that means is that it doesn't bring high returns, right? It's not like an ad where you throw an ad, you could get X amount of leads, X amount of sales, X amount of bookings, right? But it's a 2x that it has to be done, right? Just to make sure that when they get the lead magnet, they feel the value as well, right? So not only on the value side, but if the sales, I mean, if the value inside the lead magnet looks like shit, people are gonna treat it like shit, right? We just want to make sure that they know it's valuable, but that it looks cute. So yeah, record the BSL and record the ads for tomorrow. I'm really, really excited for that today. Gotta make sure to go to bed on time to make sure that I have the energy so I can speak on camera the right way, because the way I'm gonna speak on the ads is gonna be way different than the way I'm speaking right here doing these progress videos, right? So yeah, that is that free journal, right? Some thoughts that I had, and I was hearing this while I was doing my workouts, right? I like to put some audios while I do some workouts, and this quote is just like, the magic that you're looking for isn't the work that you're avoiding, right? This came from Chris Williamson, interviewing Alex Hormozi, and that's the thing that I was noticed, that yeah, the magic that you're looking for isn't the work you're avoiding. Like that for me, that was the ads, right? I had this resistance to create these ads, but now that I have everything scripted, and now we just have to record them, edit them, and plug them in the ads manager with the target and all that type of stuff. It's like we can start seeing the progress, right? We can start seeing the steps moving forward. So I'm really excited for that. Also, crafting and creating ads is really fun, and in expands my knowledge. So I was doing the ads, right? At first you get the resistance because you're like, okay, what hooks? You start using AI, right? You start looking at other ads, you start creating your whole thing when it comes to ads. But it's a fun progress. I really like to create ads, because once you put together, it's like building blocks. Okay, let me put this persuasion tactic, let me add the scarcity, let me add some reciprocity here, right? Let me add some liking. It's just really fun on that part. So 80-year-old advice to self. So this is new. So right here, what I'm doing is that I'm visualizing, like, if I have my 80-year-old self talking to me, and what advice will he give me? Because this framework makes it so easy to remove importance too, because it's like right now you're in this present moment and you have these problems. You start thinking on the past, you start thinking of the future, and you're not there in the present moment. But when you look forward onto your 80-year-old self, you can actually, I don't know, it's like a good framework that it just removes the importance, and it can just give you raw brutal advice, right, with no sugarcoating. So for me today, yeah, was just to keep focus, and the key to achieving all of your goals is to stay focused. Do not let resistance take you. Do not choose the easy option, and do not let the opinion of the people who doesn't have the life that you want to affect you. Because yeah, I got this from Hormozy, right? And I actually love that quote. That, like, don't take the advice of the people that doesn't have the same life as you, right? Of the life that you aspire to in some degree, right? So you could take the advice from, I don't know, Brian Johnson, right? This guy who is reverse aging. You could take some of his advice in some of the parts that you want. Probably you don't want fucked up knees. Probably you don't want fucked up hair, right? So you follow the protocols, right? You do the DNA test on your hair, and you start using that syrup. You do that workout, walking backwards or something like that with some weights, just so you have your knees really nicely, and you don't get the fucked, right? So if he has in some way the needs that you probably will want them, you can follow that advice, right? Probably you don't want to follow a plant-based diet, and you like to eat meat, right? Like the way I am, right? I like to eat meat, so I don't follow that. Is just grab the things that the people that you want to follow, or the people that you aspire or motivates you, or whatever you can call it. Just take the nuggets that could actually improve your life, right? But don't take the the opinion, don't take the judgment of the people of the life that you do not want, right? If they don't have anything that you do not want, then why take it? Why listen to them? Why give them real estate on your mind? So that's the 80-year-old advice. One thing I did to grow today. So I would say one thing that made me to grow today was to have another day full focus, right? After I started to track this more detailed and relentlessly, right? Like, I can just see that the days that I'm really focused, getting the work done, not letting distractions, right? Those are the days that I feel the best, right? So locked in, no distractions, and these are the days that I actually enjoy. I think I wouldn't have done anything else, and I wouldn't have feel fulfilled. Like, this makes me fulfilled. So one thing I didn't do today, I can do tomorrow to get better. Okay, so one thing that happened today, I'm gonna be honest right here, that I feel like I lost a little bit of control on the conversation. And what this made me realize, and the reason why I lost a little control, is because you cannot save the people that cannot save themselves, right? So that, yeah, like, you cannot force the horse to drink water. But I also know that if you wanted to, you can just give salt to that fucking horse, literally put him in the desert with no water for a couple days, and he's gonna drink the water, right? But until it doesn't get to that point, then some people will not want to save themselves. So until they get into a really fucked up situation where they have to, because the other alternative is literally death, right? So just making peace on that, accepting that I shouldn't be saving everyone, right? I can give them advice, I can give them suggestions, but at the end of the day, I cannot save them. That is, every single person has the option to save themselves or not, right? So just realizing that that is part of the process, making peace on that, not trying to save them, right? Just, I could give advice if they ask, suggestions if I feel like it, but it's okay, right? So to not let that ruin your day, right? So that could probably happen to you. You probably, because I was just reading some Socrates today, and he was talking about that. When you give knowledge, right? When you learn something, you want to give it away sometimes, because you let, like, right now, it's like knowledge is like this, right? So I could put water to the whole water. I could put, like, I can fill the water with, I can fill the glass with water, but if I don't drink it, then it doesn't matter how much I pour, it's just gonna come out away. So Socrates is saying that sharing knowledge is that drinking some of this water, right? Like, you drink some of it, you have more capacity to learn now, right? So he was just talking about like be able to share that knowledge. So you probably will have this type of stuff that you share knowledge and people are just gonna take it badly, right? And in somehow it could be that we're not interpreting it the right way, we're not saying it with the right tonality, we're not saying it with the right influence, right? So it's always a process of learning. It's not that your message is fucked or wrong, probably have good intentions, but it's just that probably the way we're saying it, right? So yeah, that's the lesson there. Not took long, that one, but yeah, it's on productive screen time. I would say 20 minutes max, right? I was looking, because that's the thing, right? When you're making ads, you have to look at the ads. So I think I got one funnel hooked me, right? One from Cole Gordon, so gotta admit that was a nice funnel. But yeah, I would say I spent 20 minutes on that sales process. Focus, I felt a 9 out of 10, even though today I didn't had a good night's sleep, right? Like had like 4 hours, but I felt so sharp, so focused. And that's some hypomania stuff, I know that, but it's just I just want to have those 9 days. As you can see right here, 20 20 is just, it repeats, right? I just want to copy and paste this type of days over and over again and keep improving them a little by little, right? Try to find the little thing that I can improve. um Calendar audit, diet, 10 out of 10. As you can see, the day that got fucked up was the one that I let some sugar in, right? And I not refined sugars, like I have actually completely eliminated seed oils and refined sugars from my life. Like I don't ever want them, I don't crave them, but some fruit sugar, right? So that's why I haven't ate. Um, no, yeah, no sugar, no diet, 10 out of 10. Yep, not letting right now I'm like in a fasted state, right? Because I ate my foods earlier, right? So I don't have to process the foods during the night, so I can focus on recovery. So having that self control, because right now I feel a little hungry, ain't gonna lie, right? I want to eat something, but I just want to have that fast state and just be, good, so I can go to sleep and recover. So workout quality, I would say 10. It was a nice workout, non-stop workouts. I've been really consistent lately, so I'm really happy for that. Input, I would say 90%. So on track to getting this goal, right? So as you can see, by September 7th, you can see the number right there. And so far, we're going step by step. So I would say that one step at a time, right? So, because today I finished scripting those 12 ads that are ready to test. Tomorrow I'm gonna start recording those ads. We're gonna edit them, right? I'm gonna make sure to edit and stuff like that. Hopefully I have the time. I believe I will have the time. And then we're gonna start setting everything on the ads manager so we can start testing and getting those feedback loops, right? Because I'm not gonna go with the mentality of throw an ad and throw these ads and fucking print, right? I have to see what the market, how the market responds to my ads, right? Which hooks are performing better, which bodies are performing better, which headlines, and which type of audience, right? Actually, I'm gonna test with the same audience. Is right now I'm just testing the creative part, so let's forget about the audience part. But yeah, just getting those feedback loops so I can just replicate what works. Okay, so out of these 12 ads, 1 or 2 ads outperform the other ones, right? Let's do more of those 2 ads, right? And we just repeat the process one over and over again, right? Make them better. I mean, make them better until it gets to the point where it gives diminishing returns. So what that means is that, let's say for example, something gives you 100 points, right? And the next time you do it, it gives you 150 points. And the next point, and the next try you do it, it gives you 200 points. And you spend the same amount of time. But once you get to 200, you spend the same amount of time and you're getting the same outcome, right? And the more you start doing it, you start getting 180, 170 with the same amount of time or even more time. So that's where you get to diminishing returns, right? So the same concept we can apply to ads, right? We can see we can test. We don't get emotional about which ads fail or not. We grab the winner ones, right? We make them better. We try to make more like them, and we just keep that feedback loop until we get those diminishing returns. And yeah, so we can start. I want to see how that lead magnet funnel starts to operate, the stats on it, and so we can start getting the leads, and we can start the whole machine going, right? The whole sales process. You can see right there in the back, how on the whiteboard. Right now 0. This amount still the same, right? Slowly, right? You need to have that internal, right? Like have that internal, that belief that is gonna disappear, right? If I focus, nothing is impossible. So promises honored. Yep, I'm becoming the person that I want to become. I'm promising the promises that I made to myself, right? Really focus. Say no, right? All that type of stuff. I'm doing it. Tomorrow intention is set. I'm gonna lay the clothes down, and I will leave my phone right here. So tomorrow we go back at it again, 4 a.m. And I promise you guys that, where is it? Right here, right? The pattern of existence will not happen this time, right? So once you're aware of the pattern of existence, you know that tomorrow supposedly is supposed to be not a day where it's as focused or the way you want it to be, right? But that happens probably in weeks for some of you guys, right? Like you have 2 weeks of really focus and then 2 weeks of no focus, right? Or one day yes, one day no. So just having that awareness is key. So yeah, let's keep killing it. Let's keep moving forward, one step at a time. Have the internal dial in, and as long as you focus, don't let the external take that focus from you. So that's pretty much it.